welcome to another episode of Superstar Strategies for Success. I'm your host, Shirley Hendricks. Superstars, this is Sunday, the 57th Super Bowl game year, right? And they have come a long way to position themselves in that status. But this time, I want to talk about, becoming a superstar. Everyone is a superstar in their own right. Everyone has that right to fight for that status, right? So there are two winners that have made the Super Bowl. That's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. They were driven. They had passion. They had heart. They wanted to make sure that they took their team to the Super Bowl. Now, we're not going to discount any of the other teams that played, right? Because everyone wanted that position. Everyone wanted that post. But not everyone could be, it's only for two players, two teams, right, to make the Super Bowl out of the 32 NFL teams that we have. So that was a tough fight. But let me tell you, they fought with heart. So we cannot discount them. And you cannot discount anyone who is moving, improving themselves to become, one of those superstars. So, right? Becoming a superstar weighs in, and it's hard work, no matter how bad you really want it. It's the waking up early. You got to get up early to catch the worm, basically. So, waking up early and going to bed late, that's part of the game. And I'm sure they can tell you that they had to stay tuned on that play-by-play book constantly to determine the win of the game. And that's what it is. Your play-by-play book is something that we went over with this weekend, is your business plan. You have got to have that business plan, and it's got to make sense, right? In order for you to succeed. So having a business plan or that play-by-play book can get you to where your destination is or where you are wanting to be in life, okay? So again, we had 32 teams in the league. And every year, each team wants to be at this spot where we are today. Now, not to mention, man, this is going to be the halftime. The groups that they have for this game is going to be fantastic, right? So when you get to that superstar status, this is where I'm going. You only want the best. That's what you want. And not to discount other singers and artists, but we've had the best come through, and we're going to have a best this year. But you want to be included into that superstardom where you think you should be, right? So if you keep grinding and putting forth that effort and people see what you put into your work, that passion, that heart, they'll keep you on that team. Now, they may not necessarily need you this week. They may need you in 2 weeks when they're doing something else. So keep that play-by-play book going, that business plan going, keep grinding, stay vigilant, let people see what you can do and how well you do it, and you can be on that team. And that comes, and that's bringing another point. You want to have the same mindset of people on your team. You don't want someone who is throwing out negative vibes, or someone who shuts down everything that someone says. You want someone who can come up with creative ideas. They can help you think beyond your process. That's called teamwork. So if you have those people who can help you along the way, you're forming a good team for your business or whatever it is that you're doing. So we want those type of people. So I imagine everybody had an idea of who they would want to represent them during their Super Bowl halftime. I love it. It's going to be an amazing game. But superstars, let us not forget that we have to keep fighting for as long as we can keep fighting for whatever we do. You can be a business owner, a single parent. I mean, there are things that single parents can do for some of individuals that is amazing, right? So you can't discount them. College students, career-driven professionals. You just don't quit. Do not quit, because there's something, if you have it in your heart, there's something that's going to come great about this, right? Sometimes, you got to apply that faith. You got to have that faith base. You have that. If you have that and you stay driven with determination, you will not lose. Okay, yes, it is a competitive world out here. I'm not discounting that. But that doesn't mean you give up so quickly, right? It only means you have to stay focused on that path. And it's up to you to determine your superstar status. See, me, I claim my superstar status. I may not make millions, but I'm doing what I love doing. And I appreciate the fact that God has given me a business that's a thriving business, right? So, as long as you stay with that determination, have that faith, have that heart, you can still keep, just remain on a superstar level, right? Did you know that there are at least 100 types of different breads? 100 types, 100 different types, right? But I guarantee you, these bread makers are not concerned about how many are out there baking bread. They're just out baking their bread. Because the thing about it is, this bread maker wants to stay in the league. And that's what you want to do, is stay in the league. The other 30 football teams, they're still remaining in the league, right? They're still trying to claim that status, right? Some have already claimed it. They just want to reclaim it. Okay? So as long as you stay in the league, you are a winner. So the bread, they're not worried about their competition. And yes, again, almost everything is competitive. But you do your part and stay in your lane, and you will thrive. What I mean by that, do your research on whatever it is that you're doing. Collect the data surrounding your project, right? And when you do that, you'll be able to make the best bread ever. In fact, in some of this era, you want to be different. And that's what these bread makers are doing. They're hoping that they do their business focused towards what they think the other customer wants, right? Because customers want different things. And that brings me to another point, that we can't get discouraged when someone do not want to do business with you. It doesn't mean that they don't like you. It doesn't mean that, sometimes people may think they're better than you. It doesn't mean that. It means that it's something over there that has their attention more so than what's over here. So what I'm saying is that customers, want things different. That's how I operate. I don't want to be the same. I don't do my business the same way as some people as far as printing. I have different ideas. I look and I do my research on how I can be different to drive more sales, because this is what this thing is about when you're in business. You want to see what can I do differently from others? And it's not like I don't want to, I'm not in competition with you, and I'm really not. Because I kind of angled my business to be in a different type of business. So you want to do that. You want to see, how can I be different from other businesses? Because they're always going to be the same. There are going to be a lot of bread. There are going to be a lot of football players. There are going to be a lot of printers, So your thing is, you want to try to find out, how can I be different from other, vendors, right? So let's talk about this. We've talked about it before, and we're talking about the bread still. You go down this bread aisle, right? And what do you see? You see lines and shelves of different breads. And it's because people want different bread. They don't want the same Wonder bread or the same Sara Lee bread or the same wheat bread. They want a different type of wheat bread, but they don't want maybe the one that you buy. So you're not looking at the customer to be like, I like this bread. Why don't you like this bread that I like? People don't like everything that you like, right? So when we get that out of our head and thinking that we are in competition with somebody because they went to the printer next door, that just means to me, and I appreciate how God does this for me, that means that customer was not meant to come to my store. My customers are my customers. Those are the ones that know what I do and want to do business with me. And that's where I get my blessings from. So every customer isn't my customer. So I can't get upset about that, right? So start thinking that way. And in fact, I would send someone to another printer. For one, if I really don't have time to do that customer's order, but they need it, I'm thinking about the customer. I'm not thinking about I'm losing this amount of dollars. I'm going to make that. I'm probably making it is why I probably can't do that job right now, right? So I would send people to another printer, the one that I know would probably do the job right, because this customer is in need of this product and I want this customer to have it, right? So it's not a competition thing. And when you start doing that, you will be amazed at the blessings that comes through your door after you do that. Because I want to take care of any customer that comes through that door, whether they're mine or another printer's customer, right? So just think about that. You're always going to have a lot of other things that's going on, maybe of what you do. But think of it as, I want mine to be different. And how can I be different? And I'm sure the Eagles and the Chiefs thought about how their plays were going to be different in order to make it to where they are now. And that's what it's all about. And I'm sure they got love for their brothers on the other side. But they had to make sure that their team made it to the Super Bowl this year. So make sure you make it to your superstar status. Make sure you're doing all the things that you need to do. And if you are unsure on some things, there are resources out here. There are people like myself and others that I can direct you to. But I want everybody to win. I think everyone are winners. And I think if you have something in your heart and your desires that you want to do and want to be, you can absolutely do that. It's like I say again, it's not a overnight thing. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some sweat, and it's going to take some tears on some things. But you can do it, guys. You absolutely can do it. Out of the 32 teams, the 30 teams who did not make it to the playoffs, the Super Bowl actually, they will tell you that it's hard work. I'm sure they would tell you it's hard work. And I'm sure they will tell you it was, a little hurtful that they didn't get there. But they gave it their all. Don't stop giving it your all. You never know where that's going to take you. Okay? So keep fighting for your spot. Keep fighting for your spot. I encourage you to do that. Stay focused on your grind. And just know it's a process. And we all got to trust the process. And I say that constantly. Just trust the process. Believe in yourself. Have that right team surrounding you. Yes, you got to have the right team. If they're not the right team, you need to say bye-bye. Okay? And just, be mindful of others and be, humble and be kind to others. And you're on your way to superstar status right there. Okay, guys? So I just wanted to share this, and I wanted to get out the way because I know Super Bowl is going on. Probably no one is going to watch, but you're going to watch it later. And I want you to understand that, it takes a lot to get to a superstar status level like the Super Bowl. So whatever level you're trying to grow to, and you will grow to each level. So just work hard on each level and you will get there. and you will love what you're doing. You'll be happy with what you're doing, and every day is a great day except for something tears down, but you make it happen and you make it work, okay? Because you're going to come into those things and just make life wonderful. All right, superstars? Thank you for attending another episode of Superstar Strategy for Success. I'm your host, Shirley Hendricks, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great Super Bowl weekend. Bye.